Hello everyone, welcome back to Data Engineer YouTube channel. In this video, we will be talking about the next topic, which is executing pipelines in ADF. Now you must be thinking it's a very easy topic and why I have added it here. It should be somewhere in the beginning of the playlist. But don't worry, you'll get to know a lot in this part, so stay tuned. Now, if you're new to my channel, definitely you can start from the beginning. So what we are doing is we are practically implementing each and everything step by step. So we have almost created 23 videos in the ADF part, and definitely these are the videos which are pending, which you will see soon. So definitely stay tuned. So let's get started with our today's topic, which is executing pipeline in ADF, right? Now, I have a Azure Data Factory, which is Azure Data Factory prod, something like this, and I have multiple pipelines in it. Now, we will see how we can execute a particular pipeline. So see, whenever you want to execute a particular pipeline, there are two options. One is debug and one is add trigger. Okay, so let me tell you when to use both the option. In add trigger, either you can schedule a trigger or you can trigger it now. So what happens is once you click on debug option, so firstly what happens is your cluster starts on, right? It gets turned on. So you need to tell the debug time to live, like for how many time this cluster should be on. It should be, if it is let's say idle, after 1 hour it will get stopped. After 2 hours it will get stopped if you will select 2 hours and so on, right? So it's up to you, like for how much time you want the processing, right? So if you want for 1 hour, you can definitely select 1 hour. So just see the compute size, it is small as of now, but definitely we can change the compute size by going to the the integration runtime section. So let me just open it. It should be in manage. So we have something called integration runtime section. So just see, we have something called auto resolve integration runtime, and here just see, here you can see the general purpose. It is for driver compute, right? So changes to the data flow setting will take effect upon completion of all jobs currently executing plus the time to live time, right? So I need to turn it on. Once I'm turned it on, this option will get active and I can definitely change it from here. So the main purpose of the video is how we can basically use them and what's the difference between debug and trigger. Now let's say I have created a pipeline, right? Now, even in data flows, I want to test this data flow. So each step I can just do the data preview if my data flow debug is on, right? That is nothing but the computation part. So in this part you can even turn it on, and basically you can just, whenever you want to debug your pipeline or you are testing your pipeline, you can click on debug button. So the speciality of debug button is, even if your pipeline is not published, that means it's not available for all, it's available for only you. At that time also you can use debug, but you can't use trigger if your pipeline is not published. Trigger can only be used if your pipeline is published and the changes are visible to everyone. Alright, so that's the main difference between debug and trigger. So trigger are of two types. Either you can trigger it now, that means it will execute this pipeline now only, right? So I'll simply say trigger it now and I will press OK and it will start executing the pipeline. It will not ask me to turn on the cluster or anything. It will simply trigger this pipeline. And now this thing also saves cost. How? See, debug will be there for 1 hour. Its minimum duration is 1 hour. So if you turn it on, the computation power will remain with you for 1 hour. Even if you are not executing the pipeline, you need to pay the cost, right? In case of trigger, what happens is computation power is only given as per the pipeline. So I executed this pipeline, let's say it took 2 minutes. So the integration runtime will be active for only 2 minutes. So that's the advantage of trigger, right? So definitely we should go for trigger, but during the development phase, we will be using debug button, right? Now, there are multiple things. So one is, I have two pipelines and I want that these two should be executed at the same time. How I can do that? So what I can do is, I can create a new pipeline. I can say parent pipeline, okay, and then what I can do is I have something called execute pipeline activity. So inside execute pipeline, I'll say that invoke pipeline 1. That means now whenever I will execute the parent pipeline, my pipeline 1 will get executed. After pipeline 1, I also want to execute the pipeline 2. Okay. So this is for pipeline 2 and I'll select execute the pipeline 2. I'll select the pipeline 2. Now, if you want to run them parallelly, don't do anything. If you want that firstly pipeline 1 should get executed and then the pipeline 2, then you can put an arrow like this. So firstly this will get executed and then this, right? So this is how you can create a parent pipeline wherein you can have multiple pipelines, sub pipelines, right? So the advantage of this doing this is you need to add only one single trigger, right? So in your entire project, how much pipelines you have, you need to just create 1 or 2 triggers for your entire project. So that's an easy way, right? So definitely you can go for this method, right? I hope you got to know the difference between debug and trigger and what's the concept of parent pipeline. Do wait for more such videos. If you like the video, definitely give a like, hit the like button, and you can put your doubts in the comment section. Thank you.